Welcome to another episode of the King of the Road Show on Fox 4 KBTV. The King of the Road Show is a national award-winning program produced by Southeast Texans for Southeast Texas.
King of the Road.
Thanks for watching the latest episode of our one-of-a-kind local show. I'm Jim, King of the Road. Coming up during the next half hour, we'll air Sarah Darling's latest music video, Something to Do with Your Hands, on King's Music Clip of the Week, sponsored by Starvin' Marvin's Bar and Grill in Beaumont. But first, we'll feature renowned singer-songwriter Paul Thorn. Ride shotgun with me and hold on tight as we cruise back to Courville's Catering and Special Events for an exclusive with Paul Thorn.
One man has the power to take you behind the scenes. Jim, King of the Road.
Jim, King of the Road.
Hello, everyone. How y'all doing tonight? I'm so glad to see y'all. The crowd's a little bit bigger than it was the last time, so maybe there's hope for me. When you're born, it's a beautiful thing. They put a pacifier in your mouth. You crawl around naked on the kitchen floor, and your mom and daddy feel so proud. Everybody looks good at the starting line. Get on your mark, get ready, but you better keep this in mind. You can hit the ground running like you shot from a gun, but going the distance is the hard part, son. Everybody looks good at the starting line. You fall in love, you tie the knot, you're on a permanent honeymoon. But 20 years later, when the thrill is gone, will she still be in love with you? Everybody looks good at the starting line. Get on your mark, get ready, but you better keep this in mind. You can hit the ground running like a shot from a gun, but going the distance is the hard part, son. Everybody looks good at the starting line. Yeah. Move out.
Paul Thorn, welcome back to Big Riches,
I'm glad to be here.
Courville.
How you doing?
I'm glad to meet you because I've been hearing a lot about you. The first thing Big Rich told me was that you fought Roberto Duran back in 1988, so I had to go on YouTube and check that out, and I did watch it. Impressive, man. You lasted 7 rounds with him, huh?
Yeah, it was a long time ago, and you know, when I fought him, I only had like 14 fights, and I was kind of inexperienced, and I tried the best I could, but I was physically tough enough to compete, but I didn't have the mental game that it takes to be at the very top level, and he did. You know, the one that's really great has the ability to relax under extreme pressure, and I was a little overcome with nerves, which hindered my fight plan. But you win some, you lose some, you know.
It's Paul Thorn. I better watch what I say because he's a champion boxer here.
Well, I can't whoop Duran, but I could probably whoop you.
That goes without saying. Like I said, I better watch what I say here.
No, it takes a lot to get me stirred up. But no, then again, you might surprise me. You never know. You might have a punch that I didn't expect, you know?
Yeah, watch me. I'm on your blind side.
That's what I'm saying. I need to stay more humble, don't I?
That's Paul Thorn, born in Wisconsin, a place that I lived when I was a kid, and but raised in Tupelo, Mississippi. Is that where Elvis lived?
Yep, that's where Elvis was born, and just a 20-minute drive from my house. You can walk through his birthplace. It's a little one-room shack. Costs $1 to walk through it.
But a lot has happened with your music career. When did that start for you? Was that after the boxing that you actually started singing? And,
well, I mean, I sang all my life in church because my dad's a Pentecostal preacher.
Okay.
But when I got through boxing, that's when I really dug back into my music and eventually was able to make a career out of it. I've been doing this full time since '97. I go any further, the Long Neck Road that opened up for me, they know I collect lunch boxes, and they gave me a lunch box. Isn't that nice? It's got the Beatles on it. I don't have this one. That's a nice one. But I put something in it of mine. The other night, the other morning when I was leaving the hotel, I always check on the bed because you know something could get under there and you could walk out and lose something. And I found this under my bed. Look at that. And when I found this thing, I studied it. I looked at it. And I saw this. I realized something about this thing. It's got some padding in it. And so I thought to myself, the lady that wore this, that's false advertising. You know what I'm saying? Because at some point, she's going to be intimate with a man and she's going to have to disrobe. And he's going to be disappointed. So, ma'am, if you're in the crowd tonight, get one of them regular kinds that ain't got no padding in it. Because that way, he'll know what he's getting and he'll be happy. You know what I mean? It's very deceptive. Anyway, here's a song about better days ahead. Down in New Orleans, the pouring rain is flooding the streets and Lake Pontchartrain. This great cold weather is bringing us down. Or maybe we should just pack up and leave this town. Out there somewhere the sun still shines, somewhere the water tastes just like wine. We've got to believe, well, there's a will, there's a way. Let's live for tomorrow and forget yesterday. There's better days ahead, better days ahead. With all this time I do willing to bear, there's better days ahead.
This is a family program, but I can go ahead and tell the title of your latest album is Pimps and Preachers.
Yeah, it is a family program, and this I can justify this song because the name of my album is Pimps and Preachers, and a lot of people might think it's just some catchy phrase I just made up, but in real life, my father was a minister, and his brother, my uncle, was a pimp. And when I was a kid, those guys were my caregivers and they were my mentors, and they gave me a lot of advice. And I learned about the dark side of life and the bright side of life from the time I spent with them. And as I've went out into the broader world, it's really served me well.
Well, that new album, Pimps and Preachers, is doing really well for you. It's your highest charting album so far, isn't it?
Yeah, it actually debuted at number 25 on the rock album charts in the Billboard, and it stayed 3 weeks at number 1 on the Americana charts, and it did good. And every time I put a record out, it seems like we sell more copies and our fan base gets larger, and I'm very encouraged.
As he should be. We'll have more of our exclusive with singer-songwriter Paul Thorn later. But coming up next, King's Music Clip of the Week, brought to you by Starvin' Marvin's Bar and Grill in Beaumont.